Greetings to the followers of the Ashtar Command archives. I am Russ Hatfield, back with my higher dimensional twin Solkara, a member of Ashtar Command and former main healer on the base. This channeling session from December of 1993 was channeled by Mark Crocker and is pretty special. We call it Guardians of the Planet and Ashtar is Back. We have a really clear channeling session for the month of May, mostly because it involves a telephone call to a friend of ours back in Sedona, so everyone talked up. A couple of the reasons why it's special is Omal discusses the current hybrids in the base who will be the future of the human race once ascended. And, as announced in the title, Ashtar is an honored speaker for the second month in a row and has a lot to say about everything giving off energy for us to use and manipulate. A more detailed description is on our homepage at HadesSpaceNews.com. We invite you to subscribe, be kept informed of future postings on the YouTube channel from the members of Ashtar Command. And now, we present our latest entry into the Ashtar Command's archives, Guardians of the Planet, and Ashtar is Back.
So, you're having a challenge session next week with Carrie and Jolene. Right.
And Carrie's got a special question for you.
Yes, what is it?
You're gonna find out next week.
What is it?
She needs your permission for something.
What is it?
Not to tell you. She'd rather ask.
Okay.
Nothing I can do, dear.
Okay. Hang on, let me see if I can do this. See if I can do it, Curie. Yeah, I think that will... Oh, that's your recording device. And what's this? Oh, that's your, yes, your communication device. Yes.
What page of questions I had to read? Everybody.
Aha! Sucker!
Oh well.
Oh, I see them right there.
Hold on.
Okay. Phew, let's get the heavies out the way first.
Which one?
This is it. Greetings and felicitations. Welcome, Jolene. Welcome, Russ.
Hello, Matt.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Okay. Yes.
I looked at my questions. Were
Yes, we are aware of this literature problem reviews.
well, let's say that I got them with my notes all taken, which is the special one.
Do you have a piece of cloth with blown your notes? Perhaps you should tie a knot in it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Maybe.
All right. I'm gonna leave that to you and when to call Rhea.
Okay. I believe now would be a good time.
Right.
In the meantime, whilst Russ dials the numbers, do you have some questions for him? No.
Top of my head.
And anything that you can think of off the top of your head?
Where are you? Yeah, we're all hooked up. Hang on, let me get you on the speakerphone.
Okay.
Yo, Rhea? Rhea?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, good.
Greetings and felicitations, Rhea.
Can you hear that okay?
Very faintly.
All right, let me move this around a bit here. Okay, go for that.
Greetings and felicitations, Rhea.
Well, yes, greetings to you.
And how are you functioning?
Well, I feel fairly well.
That is good. That is good. Now, I understand you have some questions for us.
Yes, who am I speaking to?
Omal.
Oh?
Omal.
Omal.
That is correct.
Okay, Omal, how about sometime channeling through me?
Do you feel ready for it?
I feel for it any time. I've always felt ready for it.
Okay. At your convenience, when the time is right, we have a good communication link, we will do so.
Okay. This is a great experience for me.
Yes, it is an unusual way of communicating.
Yes, and I'm so happy for Russ and Mark and their achievements with you and for Tom. This is very new, something most people don't know about, I think.
Oh, it is a matter of time and patience for the word to be, how you would say, spread.
Fred?
The words to be spread of our existence and our aid.
I see. Would you advise me to learn to travel as Mark and Russ do?
Yes, it would be useful. That way, it would be easier for us to link with you to be able to channel through you.
It's quite a time to learn it, though, isn't it? It takes quite a while.
Um, Even if you learn only the few basic steps, it is a start down the road for future reference.
Well, I certainly don't know anything about it except what Mark wrote to me about, what, 2 or 3 years ago.
It is never too late to start to learn to travel. It is harder, admittedly, when you are more set in your ways. But the ways are there to be broken for advancement, to break the old bonds and to re-establish new ones so that you can advance at a more rapid pace.
I see. Well, a question I have, I've been told by different channels I've not even started my real mission in this body yet. And can you tell me what the mission is? And how do I get about getting it started?
Well, you have a eloquence for communication, that you are very eloquent when you talk, and you have a lot of self-confidence.
Yes.
That is a clue to your mission in life. And putting yourself in this situation where you'll suddenly find that you are using your skill for communication.
Well, you are familiar with when I helped to train Russ here in my home so he could channel, are you not?
Yes, I am.
And so that's the only way I know to do for myself even.
It is a start, a step on the road, as we said at the time, that channeling that way is a step down a longer road to travel.
Well, I've tried it quite a lot, and just recently, when a lady that has masculine energy, then I can go very high, and my body though shakes and trembles all over, and it's very stressful for me. But I can see things, and then I can hear okay. It comes to me. But this is not what my mission is it?
That is your choice. We can only suggest possible avenues for you to proceed then.
Well, is my mission the ascension of myself that I'm to accomplish, an accomplishment in which I can use here in this body?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. I needed to know the answer to that.
Okay. The mission that you need to do is your decision. You make the mission. It is a subconscious choice which will come into your mind, into your conscious. And you will know at the time when it comes that that is what you want to do. That is what your mission is.
Okay, because it's been a long time that I feel like I'm not doing anything.
Patience.
I know the answer to that. The answer to patience is wait.
Yes.
What connections have I had with the ones of your planet, Hades, that caused me to be involved with Roger and Russ?
There are past life connections.
What was that? Oh, past life connection.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little bit like a cloth. There are many threads all going in the same direction that cross and twist and intertwine throughout many yards of the cloth, and life and existences are like that.
Mm-hmm.
The way that you could describe past lives and present and future lives is that it is a huge piece of cloth which stretches on indefinitely.
I see. I think I understand that. In other words, I've been on many, many planets.
Many,
Right?
many existences.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I don't understand the Russ and Mark having children and several wives and things like that on the other planets, because it seems more or less, it seems that we who have suffered here on this planet for hundreds of years to evolve it, that we should be the ones to produce the children to start this race over again.
The hybrids that have been created here are a very necessary key to what will become in the future, whether it is 100 or 1,000 years down the road. The hybrids are the key to your planet's existence.
Well, we are mutants, right? Mutants?
Mutants?
Yes, and aren't they will be also be mutants.
Correct. It is a natural progression from radiation of your sun that makes your species mutate. And with the hybrids, they are the next logical step in your planet's evolution. If you look back to the Neanderthals and back further, there are changes which are created, which are mutations for the next step in your evolution. And the same is with your planet's future. There is an evolution going on, and the hybrids are a very important key, not necessarily on the third dimension. They are more guardians of the planet's soul, and the souls of the individuals that travel and ascend to higher dimensions. Unfortunately, they have a very tough time ahead of themselves when they become mature, because of their very function that they have chosen for themselves. They have a tough existence, so the little pleasure that they have in their youth must be relished by them and nurtured by the people that help them.
Well, where did the souls come from for them?
They are ascended souls that have ascended recently. They are entities that have had experiences on other planets that have been in your past life, Russell's past life, Mark's past life, and even Jolene's past life, and a few others. And they have taken it upon themselves, the feeling that they are ready to achieve the necessary aid that they once received from your planet, and they are returning the compliment, the favor that was once bestowed upon them. They are now returning not 100-fold, but 1,000-fold.
Well, you mean they have ascended and yet they're preparing to come in physical bodies now?
They are ascended to the 5th dimension as opposed to the normal ascension to the 6th dimension.
Oh, I see. Well, isn't the planet and us that ascend now, aren't we going into the 5th fifth ascension?
They will be going into the sixth.
Oh.
Russell, do you wish to get that? Okay.
Hmm?
Oh, there is a slight communication problem, but it is nothing to be concerned with.
You mean between the connection?
It appears that there is a beeping sound every so often.
Yeah, someone's trying to call in. I'm ignoring it. My call waiting system.
That is not a problem.
Yeah.
But I was saying that the individuals that have selected this new task to guide your planet, they may in the future come in physical forms to your planet. But they may decide that it is best to work from where they are. As for those that ascend from your planet, they will ascend to the sixth dimension and work from the fifth. So they will have to be transported from the sixth to the fifth, which is a working space.
Uh-huh.
So that the function of the entities that are born onto the fifth dimension is different from those that will be on a higher dimension and descend to the fifth dimension.
Is there something that you can tell me that would be very beneficial for me to know now?
Yes. Be prepared for a time of difficulty for your nation.
Yes.
Not necessarily internal struggle, although there may be some of that coming, and I believe that Sedona will be one of those places which will be safe.
Where was that will be safe?
Sedona will be safe. Your area will be safe from internal strife, but there will be the problem of those fleeing from the internal strife. And it won't be a large-scale internal strife like a revolution. It will be more along the lines of cities rioting.
Yes.
And people will move away from the cities.
Yes.
So there may be a little bit of overcrowding in the smaller communities.
Uh-huh.
And like the original people that came to Atlantis, they will bring the problem with them. So it may be necessary to be prepared in a fiscal sense, as well as in a sense of security.
Well, how is one going to prepare for that? Do we get out away from, move to little towns or something? We'll be setting ducks if we go by ourselves out, won't we?
It is best to sit tight and just prepare yourself mentally for the change.
I see.
By being prepared mentally, you cannot be caught unawares.
Yes. But there's nothing we can really do, is there?
No, there isn't. But being prepared is something that you can do.
I see. Yeah. Where would be the best place for there's many people that go out into these communities and gather there? Those are no safer than the little towns, are they?
The little towns tend to be more restrictive on newcomers. They tend to watch them very cautiously. It may be advisable to point out when the newcomers come, because they will be coming from places like Los Angeles, San Francisco, and they will be coming from towns like these, from the coastal areas, where the internal strife is occurring.
Well, we have it here in Sedona right now, where these people are moving in. They've been moving in for the past 2 years, mostly from California.
Yes, but it will become a much more of a deluge when the internal strife, which my estimate will be sometime in the next 3 years,
Yes.
occurs. These people will start to come in a more increasing wave. It may be necessary to store food because they will be like locusts on your stores.
Yes. It's not proper, though, to prepare with guns and things like that, is it?
Self-defense is your decision. If you wish to do so, then that is your choice. If you wish not to, that is also your choice. I can neither say yes or no. It is what feels right to you and what will benefit you in the long run on a spiritual level as well as a physical level.
Mm-hmm.
Myself personally, the use of force is only a last resort.
Yes, the force will never work, will it?
Yes, it does as a last resort. Did not force end your second great planetary war?
Well, all I know about the Indians and the Americans here, they used force, and that didn't work. It wasn't right, I don't think.
It wasn't right, but it worked for the karma to create a new mind of thinking. The Indians are now becoming respected and their spiritual ways are becoming sought after.
Yes.
So in the long run, it was harsh for them, but now they have more power in the spiritual sense than they ever had.
Oh?
So it is a long roundabout road, but the Indian spirituality is becoming more.
Well, I have a friend who teaches the Indians. She's a college teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and so many of the Indians are alcoholics, and so many of them are on drugs. Of course, I only see, I guess, and hear parts of them, not probably a big bunch.
It is a minority, but a large minority that have this affliction. It is those that cannot adjust to society's change. The people of the medicine profession in the Indian community are becoming more powerful and more knowledgeable on how to manipulate not only their medicine, but also, as you would say, the white men.
I see. Okay. Can you tell me some more about something about myself then that I should know?
You shouldn't worry too much about things that are out of your control, such as transportation. Sometimes walking is very good for you.
Uh-huh.
The exercise is very necessary and it helps you to be more restful when you decide that it is time to sleep.
I see. Well, I can go for that. I mean, I see where you're right on that because I don't exercise nearly enough.
No, from where I am inhabiting at the moment, the body I'm inhabiting,
Yes.
I can see two individuals that could do with a little bit more exercise from time to time.
I have a bike in my bedroom, one of these exercise bikes.
Yes.
And I've started to use that now. I don't like to go out in the exhaust and among the other people to exercise. So I'm trying to do it in the house on the bike. Is that still okay?
A bicycle, a stationary bicycle, is okay as a backup to a good physical exercise. Depending on the type of bicycle you have, depends on the type of workout that you get.
Yeah.
Um,
Much
the,
effort I put in it.
not too much, as it only strengthens your legs and your heart, whereas you need to strengthen all of your body by walking. When you swing your arms,
Yes.
you are exercising your arm muscles and your chest muscles. Whereas when you're sitting down on a bicycle, you're just exercising your heart and your legs.
Well, I usually swing my arms too in rhythm to music that I play at the same time, but that's probably not enough.
No, it is, what is the word? Working up a sweat.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes. Although to start off with, it is best to take it slowly.
Uh-huh. Especially for an old lady.
Yes. But old is in the mind.
And in the body. How can I handle the heat that was on last summer? I would perspire so bad, and it just took all of my energy.
Increase your water intake, and I believe your indigenous population of the plains of your continent, they would soak things in water and wear them. Maybe a hat that is soaked in water would give off water vapor that would keep you cool.
I see. Okay.
But an increase in water intake and maybe salt tablets to replace the salt that you sweat off, which makes you tired and tan, would also help.
I see. Water, what did you call it? Water what? Pills?
Salt pills. Salt tablets.
Salt tablets?
Yes, that they will help you replace the salt that you sweat out.
Oh, okay.
And also possibly a hat that has been soaked in water.
Uh-huh. Yes, I've got that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to run a big bill up here for these wonderful people.
It's all right. We're sharing it tonight, me and Mark. So that's no.
What was that?
Mark and I are going to be sharing this bill, so it's not going to be too bad. We got time.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me some more, and could you tell me about Roger? How is he doing?
Roger is doing fine. We have been in contact with him through his guide. He's aware of the planetary changes that are coming.
Uh-huh.
He may be coming back into your life, although it is a crossing of paths that will be temporary, a retouching of old acquaintances.
I see.
But that is undecided at this time on what avenue he wishes to pursue.
I see. Okay. And so about this ascension thing, is this what my mission is, or is it something else?
I can't really answer that, because if I say yes or no, then it will have you shooting off in a direction when you are not quite fully prepared yet.
Okay, I was shown when I was in the higher consciousness, as I call it, the other day. I went up and I was shown a log building and a place over by Lakeside here in Arizona, where I was told that I had a community center, a spiritual community center in the past life there. Can you tell me if that was correct?
That is correct.
Well, now I have an opportunity to start it again with no money, only to get a little bit of the land. But I've turned it down because I feel like that's not what I'm supposed to do. And I don't know, but I feel like what I'm supposed to do is to prepare myself for the ascension. But I don't know because I'm not helping anybody, I don't think.
Yeah, yes, you are. By communicating with people in everyday life, you are helping them. You are educating them by your actions, your beliefs, and the way that you interact with them.
Well, there's very few people anymore in comparison to what there used to be. I'm beginning to think, well, gosh, it's stopping. So what am I going to do now?
Maybe restart what you once had. It is necessary to find a person, or maybe you can start channeling.
Might be able to now, I don't know. But I've tried for years and they've told me it wasn't, well, I just couldn't do it. But I do now if I can get someone to sit with me that helps me. I feel like it's a need of a battery.
Yes, you need somebody that has high energy.
Yes. And there's very few of them, it seems like, that is compatible with my energy.
The person will come soon that has the energy supply. I understand that channeling can be very stressful on the human body if it is done for long periods of time.
Yes.
So that you need a external energy source to be able to use. So that person that you will be able to use as an energy source will be coming soon. You will meet them.
Oh, great.
And from there, a word of mouth will happen.
Uh-huh.
But it is your choice.
Okay. Well, that will be really something because it seems like I've been twiddling my fingers here for a long time, really not doing anything because I haven't had anybody that's interested to the extent that I'm spiritual and that can help me climb too.
Sometimes a rest from the spirituality is necessary as it can be very overwhelming.
I see.
And the lack of activity on this is also a lesson in patience.
Yes. That I've been accused of many times of being impatient.
So it is a lesson in itself.
I see.
Well, Ray, what about some of the old group that was meeting with Roger and us?
They seem to have left town, an awful lot of them. They've scattered, and I have no idea where any of them are. They've all gone, but Orion, who published this wonderful paper, the Sedona Emergence, they seem to all be gone.
Well, they are doing work elsewhere. How many people were in your group? And then think, how many people have they interacted and mentioned what you have taught them?
Well, so many people didn't seem to want to listen to anything I had to say. I started the group here last year. They went about a year, but they were very dogmatic, and they got tired. They didn't want to progress. They seemed to think they knew it all. And so I stopped that because they just went to gossiping and talking about their families and things. And I wanted them to work in the group in advance. They got tired of it, and they went as far as they could go, I guess. So
Yes.
I'd have to start another group. Would you advise that?
Yes, that would be advisable, but it is necessary to sort very carefully on who is suitable.
Yes, maybe, but I don't. I'd have to get out and circulate, I guess, in order to contact people.
Yes, it would be useful.
Okay.
Circulation is necessary to spread the word.
Yes. There's so many people here in Sedona that are trying to make money spiritually, and they're in competition with each other, and they're doing all kinds of things. So each one, they're not too interested in what I'm interested in, like evolving. They
Yes.
want to get out and do healing on people and lecture to them in groups. And I've gone to some of their lectures, and to me, they're nothing.
But they are more of a sideshow.
Yes.
So maybe 1 out of 10 of these individuals is worth communicating with. The other 10 need to learn. They are still very third dimensional in their thinking of physical advancement. Although physical advancement is useful and it does help you to be able to be comfortable and to continue your work, which is also necessary to be able to blend the higher thinking with the physical interaction.
I think the younger people are the better ones too. They're more willing to learn, where the older ones, which I had in my group, were not too willing to learn. They figured they knew it all. All they wanted to do was talk about what they'd studied. Also, what we did do in the group, though, was do exorcisms on entities. Go into the subconscious and take out the blocks, and many of them had entities in them.
Mm-hmm.
We did, I guess that's what you call it. I don't know. Maybe it was their own thought pattern.
That is more likely that it is their own thought patterns. For an entity to inhabit somebody else's body, it requires cooperation from the individual.
Yes.
For an entity to be permanently entrenched in the subconscious is very, very unusual.
Oh, I see.
And it is normally a symbiotic relationship which is beneficial for both parties. And they normally open up parts of the mind that cannot be entered into normally.
Mm-hmm.
So it is more the subconscious of these individuals that were blocking their advancement.
Yes. But we would go into their past lives
Mm-hmm.
and see things that they had done, and those that done something to them, and ask for forgiveness, and then they would be cleared.
It is asking forgiveness from themselves.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Or who they had done something to.
Yes.
Can you tell me what is wrong with my oldest daughter? Her name is Clydette,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure either there's another one, she's a walk-in, or else she's possessed or something, because my daughter is not there.
It is possible that she has retreated inside herself and is trying to resolve an internal problem, and her subconscious has come out to take over. And the subconscious and conscious can be two totally different identities of one individual.
Well, she doesn't seem like her old self at all.
That is possibly the subconscious becoming the conscious.
I see.
It is possible that there is a walk-in involved. It depends on what type of walk-in it is, whether it is an alien or it is a spirit. A spirit would be more of a possession, whereas a walk-in would be an alien manipulating from elsewhere, like a puppet.
She really dislikes me very much, even that she's very jealous of me.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to be that she would love me greatly at one moment, and then days later or weeks later, she was very jealous and would do unusual things to hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, she just hangs up on me on the phone and won't talk to me anymore. And for no reason that I know of. There's nothing really happened, and she tells me stories, and she's very deceitful and things like that she didn't used to be.
It sounds like there is a little bit of possession going on.
Possession?
A little bit. It doesn't sound as if it's totally controlled, that at certain times the possession comes out, but it is nothing to be overly concerned with, as it sounds more as if the entity is using her to get at you because of the past.
Well, yes, I would say so.
So it is more making peace with the entity that is possessing her. Or it is possible that the entity will eventually get bored when you do not put yourself in its grasp. It will get bored and move away and realize that it is wasting its time.
Well, she doesn't want to work. She doesn't feel it's necessary to work, and I have no idea how she is living at all. She's not with boyfriends.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't seem to have friends, as far as I know. And when I had her here living with me, and she would get between me and my friends, she was always telling them that she was a yogi and trying to teach them yoga, and that I was all wrong in all of my teaching. And it was too much of a stretch for me, so I had to ask her to move. And so she was on unemployment for a couple of years, but now I don't know how she's living. And none of the family seems to know how she's living, and she doesn't confide in anybody.
That sounds like it is a tricky situation.
It is.
I do not know what to recommend at this time, apart from, again, patience.
Well, right now we haven't spoken for since July, and so I feel that it's a relief for me to be trying to get along with her, because it seemed impossible. All I could do was just let her do whatever she wanted to and not argue with her. Let her have her own way.
Yeah. Yes, it is a matter of learning, her learning how to deal with these problems.
Well, yes, apparently she has to, and there's nothing I can do that I know of. She's lived with several different people, and they've all wouldn't have her anymore.
I think she is about to learn that things are going to change, that she needs to learn fiscal responsibility, that you cannot have spirituality without fiscal responsibility.
Okay.
To exist, you need to be able to buy yourself food, shelter, things to make your life comfortable. That a Spartan existence without finance is a hollow existence.
Well, I don't know if she used to 11 years ago when she started acting this way.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said that she didn't want to live anymore, and she wouldn't care if she was a walk-in or what. She didn't seem to want to kill herself, but she didn't want to live here anymore.
It seems that she has opened herself up for, as you said, a walk-in.
I see.
And it is something that she needs to learn. I think from listening to what you have said, that it is more herself that she is getting at. That the walk-in is more after her and not you or anybody else but her. That she has to learn how to react with this, and it is something that only she can deal with.
Okay. Well, it's like her subconscious?
It is possible that it could be numerous environmental factors all linked together. that it is her subconscious, it is a past life becoming involved in the present, and it could be an external entity, all combined together to create this confused individual, which is what she is.
Yes, and there's nothing I can do about it that I know of except just send her love and light.
That is correct. Now I will hand over to Ashtar, who is present. So you have an enjoyable, I believe it is evening there.
Yes.
Have an enjoyable evening, and we will communicate again in the future.
Okay, I will write to Mark then and to Russ and ask her about this conversation
Okay.
and carry on from here.
Okay.
And I
Greetings and felicitations.
Greetings, Ashtar.
Greetings. Greetings, Rhea.
thank you.
I have a limited time, so let us proceed with the questions.
Okay, I have a question that both Ray and I are curious on. Is the significance of the date 12/12 about to happen this Monday?
Yes.
I was wondering what planetary changes or energy changes might be caused.
There will be a energy field created by certain planetary activities which happen to coincide with this date. The spiritual mindset that will be created will energize a field that will be useful for various functions. For example, it will create a temporary energy source for your need to channel Rhea, for you to channel Russ, and for you, young lady, to be in contact with your inner self.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes, it will be very useful for advancement.
Yes.
Next question, please.
All right. Is the work with Ashtar Command essential in the future for people looking for answers, or will it be sort of feared, like the witch trials of Salem?
The fear is been in the past. Now is the time for acceptance of the understanding of the new mindset that is the advancement of your species. It will become more prevalent in the future and more acceptable for your species evolvement on a higher level.
Okay. Another question Omal brought to me was in being fiscally prepared for the shift that's gonna, or the changes about to happen in the next 3 years. Is he talking, would you say, about storing up trade goods and healing skills or other skills, or is he talking about money and like gold coins or something?
Think about it. You can answer that yourselves. That is a irrelevant question.
Sorry. Ray, you got a question? Rhea?
Yes,
You
I
have
didn't hear that last.
well, I asked the irrelevant question. Go ahead. Your turn.
Oh. Well, yes, I asked about stirring up things for the future, but where do you store them? How about volcanoes and earthquakes? There's supposed to be volcanoes here in Sedona. That wouldn't be so beneficial, would it?
The volcanoes in your area are very inactive. I would not concern yourself too much with volcanoes creating havoc.
Okay. That's helpful. Then I feel like I can stay put.
Yes.
um, I have a question, though, about moving and starting a center someplace else. Would that be advisable?
That is your own choice. It is what you feel is correct and what you feel is a level of advancement for you. Would it benefit you by relocating? Would it make you feel more at ease?
That I don't know. And it would be a very big undertaking, I think, because I have no finances to do it with. I'd have to just have trust and faith.
That is a useful tool, but it does not give you necessary protein to exist.
I see.
That's all the questions I have.
So that's about all of my questions.
You guys have any questions?
Oh, yeah. I've realized recently in this book I've been reading about energy and how we take and we give. Energy is are we all going to start sharing energy instead of
Yes, energy is there to be used by everybody. It is there to be used and manipulated by everything. Energy is given off by everything, and it is there to be used.
so you can gain energy if you allow yourself with basically if I was going for a walk, gain energy from the earth.
Yes, you can gain energy from the earth, from the trees, from the sky, from the felines, from people around you.
Without really taking energy, just gaining your own without accepting. I don't want to take people's energy. I want to gain my own as well as share it.
People give off energy, and it is there to be manipulated. Even sitting there, you are giving off energy.
You-
You're also collecting energy.
Right.
Okay, last questions, please.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hello. About the 12-12 day, referring back to Russ's first question,
Yes.
would that be a time to try and stretch your limits,
Yes.
to try and test your abilities and go as far, see how far you can go with your abilities?
I believe I have already stated that.
Well, I wasn't sure.
Okay, it is necessary, I understand, for you to sometimes clarify things so that you can be absolutely 100% sure. I understand that.
Because I don't want to try and push something if it wouldn't be prevalent to do so.
There will be plenty of energy to experiment with.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashtar. Hi, Tia.
Yep. Hello.
Rhea, this is Tia.
I cannot hear anymore.
Okay.
It doesn't come through clear enough.
Oh, okay. Do you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm Tia.
Yes, hi Tia.
Greetings.
Are you from the planet Hades?
I'm living here temporarily.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear you clearly now.
Okay, what can I do for you? Oh, I'm an astral traveler, by the way.
Right.
Yes, I astral travel.
Meet sometime.
Yeah, I'll try and come down.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That would be wonderful.
Okay.
You know where she lives, or you want me to?
You show me sometime else.
Okay, I'll show her sometime where you live, Rhea.
Okay. That would be great.
That'll be easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Rhea, we're going to cut this short now. Kill the bill.
Okay, well, this is wonderful, and I thank you so much, and you will be hearing from me. That's all right to you.
Okay, thanks, Rhea.
And if we can hear through this tape, I tried to tape this, and if we can hear on it, I'll send it to you.
Okay, well, I taped ours also.
Okay.
So we got it on tape also.
All right, if you do, then I will send you some cakes or money for some cakes, and would you send it to me?
I will. But let's see if yours came out all right.
All right.
Okay, bye, Rhea.
Bye-bye. Bless you.
Fair.
Okay.
Yeah. I can smell something very strange. Smells like leather.
Leather?
Oh well.
Oh, well.
Okay, what can I do for you guys?
Okay. Well, let's see. What do we got here?
The heavies are all gone. It's just me here in the channeling room, and everybody else is down at the apartment.
Well,
Apart from Mark, who's been sent to the bar.
Question.
Yeah.
When Ashtar was here, I was asking about energy levels,
Mhm.
and I could feel my heart rate go. I don't know if I was gaining energy or whatever.
Anticipation, probably energy too. Yeah, he can give off a lot of energy, and he can be very abrupt too.
So
yes, I know.
saying about how he said, "Well, right now, you're gaining energy or whatever."
Mhm.
This part of the book that I'm reading, it's like in conversation, when people are all around each other.
Mhm.
If everyone directs their attention to one person that's talking, this person seems to gain a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Is
Oh.
that true?
Yes, there is a lot of energy all around. This thing here can give off a lot of energy. See, it's giving off energy right now. I'm giving off energy. Now, Ashtar gives off a lot of energy.
He has a funny way of teaching, though. I understand he has a purpose
Mm-hmm.
in everything that he says and does, and it's for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But it certainly does make a person wonder about his shields at that point. Like when I asked my question, he said as a revelant. I was asking it for the benefit of all.
Yes.
And yet the answer coming back put me on the defensive.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, there goes my shield. Great. No, what?
You remember that Ashtar can do more than one thing at a time.
Right.
Ashtar can be in more than one place at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And more than two places at a time. He can read what you're thinking, and he can break down your shields. And it doesn't matter how good your shields are. He can break them down.
Yes, I've noticed that.
And he does test your shields.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I forgot about shielding at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't remember it till now.
Yes. So what did you learn from talking from Ashtar?
That, no matter whether my question is stupid or not, I should be prepared for an answer that's going to help me grow if
Exactly.
I am prepared to accept the growth.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lie Mark back down, and then I'm going to run down to the apartment, and Kira's going to take over as ring mistress until I get there.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And I'm experimenting with Mark's body and feeling this, and so the best way to describe it was that if our roles were reversed, Mark would feel like he's pregnant.
Oh no.
So I'm experiencing Mark's physical body and also that I'm pregnant. It's a little bit hard for me. Yes, it is a little bit weird. Hello.
Hey,
How are you doing?
doing all right. So sorry we haven't been able to talk.
Oh, that's all right.
It's just, it seems like every time Mark's up for it, I'm not up for it, or
Vice versa.
I'm up for it, or he's not up for it, or we're both not up for it, or we're both up for it, but something happens.
Okay, come over and sit here. You tell me what's been happening.
Let's see. I'm writing again,
Oh, that's good.
and I'm working on starting a community rally, and I'm pretty much for sure starting to be on the team forum for the community for just community cleaning,
Oh.
working on the community and making it better.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also want to look into teamwork, which is going to be something I'm working on.
Oh, do we have to call you JP Leon?
No, I'm just
Or are you going to be a barrister?
probably a barrister. Or what they call like signature.
Yes, I'm only familiar with Mark's terminology.
Yeah, which would be a barrister. They're like
Yeah.
lawyers, attorneys, or jury.
Jury. Yes.
Um,
I'm a little bit uncomfortable. So I'm experimenting with Mark's body. I feel everything he feels here.
oh, that's
So
good.
this is.
Would you like some tea, please?
Yes, I'll give it a try. Oh, there's a shoulder there. There's some kind of fabric because it's a heavy fabric.
Yeah, it's a sweater. It's a knitted cotton sweater.
Oh,
It's yellow one.
yeah. The best way, as I described it to Jolene just here, is the best way to describe how I'm feeling is if the roles were reversed, Mark would be feeling like he's pregnant at the moment with his body.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird.
I can feel everything he's feeling. It's very strange.
Is too much of a drain on you, David?
At the moment I'm fine. I'm kind of acting as ring mistress, but I've got to keep it short. And the fact that we're doing it from the pyramid at the apartment does help. I should be alright to channel if it's alright for you Thursday night?
Yes, Thursday should be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me go pour some tea, dude.
Do you mind if I'm going to sniff it?
Want some tea?
Lots of sugar.
It's a very strange smell to it.
Mm-hmm. Sugar and
Mm-hmm.
carbonated water.
Yeah.
Phosphoric acid. And caffeine and caramel coloring.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna be making 2 twin mantle
Mm-hmm.
piece decoration teddy bears
Mm-hmm.
for my grandmother.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you could, like on Thursday, could we talk about it?
Yeah, sure.
Because I've never made anything like that. I can
Hey.
make dresses. I can
Now,
make
you want
scarves.
you also, I was thinking about the strips of like, some kind of material that stretches.
Spandex.
Yeah, that would do because, it being small and make it safe back on the hips.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we can make it even thinner because the spandex
Mm-hmm.
will condense
Yeah.
even further.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think my grandmother will like it?
Yeah. I feel so intrigued that you'll be coming over to the advanced friend of mine. I think you might feel familiar with.
Like it?
No, not like the like is sitting just outside the pyramid over there.
Oh.
And she's in full dress uniform and she's got to go to class soon.
No, I could tell her.
You just did, you can see we've got the portable unit here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right. Now, I'm going to have to hop out of it.
Okay, love.
This is a very strange feeling because I can feel everything that Mark's feeling. I can feel this heavy material. I can feel that this is a hard substance and this is soft. And I can feel the material that you would have on. But when it came to things like hot and cold, it was a little bit, yes.
I'll work on it. Someday you'll have some Syrian chloride on you.
I was going to make a bet with you. Oh, by the way, I'm expecting probably around about very late February, probably the last 3 or 4 days of
February
February.
27th?
Maybe. I'd like to think so. But
Both of our birthdays.
yes, from the 26th until the 2nd. Anyway, bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Jordan. Bye, Liana.
I'll see you Thursday.
Bye, dude.
Bye, dude.
Got here. I ran and she was just getting up and Hara was ready to sit down and so I'm like, I'm here.
Are you the new ring mistress now, Tia?
Yes, I'm back on duty. I don't think Kiri could have kept it up that long. She's naughty today.
She's in channel.
Well, she was fine if she hadn't have gone racing around and trying to get certain projects all tied up before she goes on for maternity leave.
Oh.
I'm out of breath. So I ran all the way.
Oh. We're going to put car in and catch your breath.
Okay.
We'll talk to you in a few minutes.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Cara.
I'm trying to think of. That's right. You were at the wedding ceremony.
And you're not Carrie, not Michael, you're not Ian, you're Jolene. And you are a young lady, I've never seen you before.
Yes, you have.
I know, I'm just teasing. How's it going in there?
I'm at that point where, yeah, it can only get better. So. Oh, Carrie said you were going to be there on Thursday?
Oh, no, not me.
Oh, well, who's your friend?
I'm not quite sure who she was referring to, actually.
Well, anyway, darling, I have a couple questions.
Mhm.
One on genetics and one on speech patterns of Syrians.
Okay.
Okay, the first one on genetics is, you know, I've been going through stuff with Omal right now on Atlantis and working on some of the genetic link-ups that were happening back in the time period of Atlantis. And I'm trying to figure out that a lot of the American Indian traits came out of that full Atlantean experience. A lot of the red-skinned. And I'm wondering if you had Neanderthal people and you mix them with Syrian, you're not going to get a red-skin mix. I'm wondering if possibly there was a mix then taken from the indigenous people that were left over from Lemuria that would cause that.
Come on. You're the person responsible for the genetics.
Well, I know that, but I don't know where it's coming from. I'm getting the fact it's Lemurian.
Maybe not.
Well, I'm figuring
Maybe you were planning to use the Lemurians before your terrible big brother came in and stopped all over you. And tried to fry your brains, and then tried to fry them again a couple of years ago.
Right.
What?
Yeah. Well, when you took him back to a past life, tried to fry my brains back then, 100,000 years ago, and the same night, did the regression. It's his brother, who was my brother back then, and he was my brother all again.
As he was Maxus trying to fry Maxus's brains.
He didn't recognize me though, like too much. Okay.
And we tried to warn you at the time.
Yes, I know you did.
And so if we hadn't have pulled him into his 20th century consciousness, I think you would have said bye-bye to both of you, and he would be walking around as Maxus for the rest of his life.
Well, that would be a great addition to the Earth people here.
Yes, somebody with abilities to manifest crystals and to control people's minds just by looking at them instead of thinking about it.
We're still trying to find out where I from.
Have patience. Do a impression when you rustle myself through.
It's supposed to be good without the pyramid.
Yeah.
Okay, was just handing me a piece of paper. Leanna, tomorrow night, are you going to see Star Trek Generations? I think it's an invitation that she wants you and Mark to go.
I'll see it again, yeah. It's great.
Okay.
But Stacy and I went with Ross. It's us. It's Mark.
Yeah. I believe Mark's taken some other friends as well. Okay, back to the questions. Genetics.
Genetics.
Come on. Reach into the shaggy depths of your mind. Come on, the shaggy. The jungle that is in there.
Alright, we had Neanderthal. We had Syrians. These are the two races at present that we were working with. Okay. Let's see. So I'm trying to figure out how I would get a red skin characteristics out of that mix.
Why are you assuming that there's just Syrians on the group?
Oh, that's right. Because I can't remember. There was a group that came down with the Syrians from another system.
Come on, research. Think it wasn't two groups. What did Omal call it in a past training session?
I think it called it a mixture of peoples.
No, he said a precise number.
3, wasn't it?
No. Your turn.
Oh.
No, not quite.
7.
The 7 races.
That's right, 7. Okay, I get it now. So there was a combination then of working with the races that were along Atlantis, along with the Neanderthal to bring about. Okay.
This is the 7 rings for the dwarf lords in their Horus estate. 3 rings for the elf lords under the sky so far.
I can read my mind on that today.
9 rings for mortal men doomed to die.
And the 1 ring to rule them all.
1 ring to rule them all. 1 ring to bring them all. In the darkness, find them all. In the land of purity.
Very good.
Where the shadows fall.
Very good.
Excellent.
Most impressive.
Yes, stop thinking.
Now you've said it, it's just going to repeat over and over.
Yes.
You said, you can concentrate on it.
Thank you, Doug. Okay, now the Cro-Magnons.
Sorry, yes.
The Cro-Magnons, the mixture that was achieved from this, that I achieved,
Yes.
were 6'7" tall, or 6'7" on an average.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the Syrian mixture that would add the tallness to that.
But what happened to them?
It shrunk.
Why?
Yeah.
It's an unstable race.
The Cro-Magnons was an unstable
Yeah.
race.
The genetic imbalance that would have been created would have reduced it to a regressive state, which was not what you wanted. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
You wanted a bunch of individuals that were a potential source for experimentation for your species.
Right. But also shooting for an army.
Mm-hmm. So if you were shooting for an army, what would you want? Intelligence,
Yeah.
strength, and agility,
Well,
and stamina.
that stuff.
So warrior tradesman.
Right. Because how can you have equipment of a sophisticated level when you cannot understand how to use it?
So obviously that's when the other mixture came into being. Would be I'd have the strength, the tallness, and the stamina, but I wouldn't have the intelligence.
Not necessarily. It would be either one or the other, or one or the others, but not all of them, which is what you would have been looking for.
Right. Well, now one thing I noticed
Being
is
a damn perfectionist that you can be sometimes. Although that should come out more. That is a very useful trait.
yes.
You would want the best balance instead of having some that are intelligent and some that are strong and some that have stamina. You would want all of them, wouldn't you?
And so that's where the red skin part came in. Because mixing that together would give you the intelligence. And that's what we would use on Atlantis then for those people that would be in the helping out the higher echelons of society.
Right.
Okay, I get it. And then the Neanderthal didn't have a pharynx, so he lacked the capability for complicated speech, complex
Right.
speech. Yeah. And then in the Cro-Magnon, you see that added in. So that would be the improvement that was added into that race then.
Right. Don't forget that would be an unstable race.
Right, but there was the experimental race.
Right.
So the rest of it came along later when, the pharynx is a good idea, the strength and the stamina are a good idea, but like you say, it was unstable, so you just add one more addition into that.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. And then the other part is on speech. And we're looking at the root words of 120 languages throughout history. And that all of these 6 words were basically in each of these languages in various lesser or greater extents.
And these words are
Ba, B-A, call, K-A-L-L, tall, T-A-L, os, O-S, ask ASQ and tag TAG. And I'm wondering how close that is to the Syrian
They're commands.
commands.
Yes.
Okay, so I see. Okay, that makes sense. All right, girls. Question time.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful. I'm a healer, a doctor.
Well, I know, but how are you feeling?
Fine.
Well, just because you're a healer or a doctor doesn't mean you're feeling.
Oh, I know how to take care of myself. When you become more in tune with your body, you know when things are about to go into you can remedy it. It is.
But I know when things are about to go wrong, but I don't know how to fix them.
That's right. I'm a healer. I can do both. And
See, I've got to learn how to fix them. That's what I need to do.
let's focus on energy roughly. What might be useful would be going back over some healing tapes of Kerry.
I was scared. Oh. She hasn't gone since after.
Yes, I know. You know, and I'm a little bit concerned about it because she's suffering from fear of, well, A, she can't afford it physically, and B, she's afraid of what the results are going to be.
She's hiding.
Yes. And the only person she's really hiding from is Flames.
But basically, she's going through a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And she's dealing with the people that she's having a hard time with back there. And none of that can be helpful for her as far as a mental condition. If the mental condition goes, there goes her health.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to call her up between now and Tuesday and try to work with her a little bit. And then hopefully Tuesday you can help her on a personal.
Let's do that. She's got to learn more control because without that control, she's actually doing harm to herself. And Tia get more concerned and everything, and come back from a trip. And I believe Kerry had taken a nap, and so Tia could analyze him in much greater detail. And Tia started panicking, and she came straight back to the apartment from her office and shouted at Mark to tell you to give her a call straight away.
Well, I thought it was an emergency.
But it is in a way that it's the fact that, you know, she needs to take more care of herself, she needs to relax, and she needs not to worry about things.
Is there anything that I can do with that?
Be her confident. We understand that even though it's a long distance call, and we can only do it maybe once a month, or maybe twice a month would be what she wants to hear from them. You are there for her.
You seem to realize also, when she left here, she had been in the midst of a peer group that included you, Connor, and us, and she felt confident, and she felt, really part of this whole area, plus, she had a lot of strengths.
Yeah, exactly.
And now she's gone into a total alien environment, and she's the only one who has that strength, or had that strength.
Okay. The best way to describe it is she is a missionary, and she must not get into that big, huge pot that they've got simmering for them. No matter how tempting the water looks and how warm and relaxing it looks, it's going to get a lot hotter if she's not careful. She's got to keep herself detached from the emotional side of dealing with these people.
Not going to be hard though, she says.
Yes. It's going to be real hard on her. But if she succeeds, right,
Big points for big.
big points, it will take away a lot of pain and suffering from her. Because she will have the confidence will give off energy that will help her to heal herself. We will explain this to her next week.
Connor, when you were talking, Omal was talking to us about the changes that are going to happen, where the cities are going to start, the rioting and stuff, and people are going to flee the cities to this.
That's a press release, actually.
I am too, actually. That was, I think it was meant to be released now, or else we wouldn't have done it. But it's really surprising, because Ashtar's in the room,
Yeah.
obviously.
We were watching it. We had the two-way going so we could see what was going on with CU. Yeah, but they couldn't see us, and as soon as they got up, Tia signaled to one of the technicians. She went, which it was her way of saying, "Oh, flip the button," so that we had the two-way again, but we could input if we wanted to. And for some reason, Kiri was a little bit slow in responding. Don't know why.
Well, with that, the change is about to happen anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll fill you in a while. But what's that going to do for Carrie as far as where she's at?
When she lives in a rural area.
Right. So people from the cities are going to go in her direction.
Mm-hmm. She's going to have some people from California coming where she lives.
So she's got a real opportunity here.
Yes. But she is a missionary that is paving the way for other people.
Yeah. So I guess right now, just don't worry about the phone bill.
Well, you guys can always volunteer for what's the word? OT?
Every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tell Mark to work until 6 o'clock every night when he's at work.
I think he just did.
And he usually doesn't do it voluntarily.
No. He's too nice. Yeah,
He just kind of gets put there until 6 o'clock. I mean, very rarely does he require an EO, where he says, I would like an EO.
Yes, I think that's part of his responsibility for everybody to dump on him. He is neither a person that does the dumping nor a peon. He is both. They pee on him and they dump him. Tio just said that he had a sign today which said foot traffic only, and he had it hanging on his back.
Oh, no, really?
That's shaking.
No, I don't think he is stroking that.
Oh, really?
No, I think, it was a sign that he was taken somewhere that he put on his back to carry. I don't think he realised the pun involved.
Well, Cara, I assume now with this new information that's been given to us that healing is about to become a major asset.
It's going to become an asset, yes.
So
But there's also the fiscal responsibility is on one put it. The necessary drive for advancement that's instead of sitting back and relaxing, now's the time to go for advancement.
That's what I mean right now. As far as my healing goes,
Yes, ambition, exactly.
And my sitting back days should just about end now.
Yes.
To get this new information. So
The time of relaxing is over for you guys. Now is the time to form your healing skills, form your fiscal responsibility, store food, keep on drying the herbs, keep on collecting the herbs, learn more about the herbs, have an ambition that you want to be the best healer in this area on the herbal level, and be prepared for the unexpected. The healer has to defend himself. The healer has to be able to have currency to buy his herbs, have the knife to cut the herbs, to be able to have more professor, which again takes what? Exactly. And my little sister, she brags from time to time. She's quite wealthy, even by Syrian standards.
Good, too.
Yes.
according to your standards, you got to be like quite a bit.
But it's unimportant to me.
Right.
The money is a means to an end, but being the best that I can be in the healing capacity is the most important thing to me.
Well, have you still got lessons to learn as far as healing goes?
Oh yes, have I got lessons?
So you're not up to Cornas's level yet.
No. No. Do you remember one of the healing sessions we carried? Where I started sniffling?
Oh, that's right.
And then when we discussed Miranda, what happened there? And again, both times, And in those situations, I was helpless.
Well, is it your emotions that are getting in the way then?
Yes and no.
Because Cornas is an unemotional human.
My
You are
emotion-
very emotional.
My emotions are very useful.
Aren't you empathic?
Yes. Very important.
Well, up to 2. And this is only an opinion. Okay. Which do you feel is a better of the 2? You or
They're
Cornas?
totally different.
Yeah.
Yes, totally different. Cornas is a specialized individual that has a general practice background.
Right.
I am a